So I've been meaning to finish this video for a while now, but basically explaining how and what happened with me gifting my coworker a car for free. So from the top, my coworker Ernesto was telling me how his car got stolen. When police recovered it, it was all stripped out, missing parts, car wouldn't start, and he doesn't know how to work on cars. So he's like, I don't even know what to do with this thing, I'm just gonna junk it. So after hearing that, I was thinking, I want to do something for this guy. A few days after that, my neighbor, Peter Dunn, comes up to me while I'm working on my car. And he said, hey, you want a free car? And I'm like, well, what is it? He said, a 1990 Toyota Celica ST. I was like, free car? Okay, I got someone who could use it. So I told him the story of how my coworker just got his car stolen. He literally comes up to me like 2 days later. It's like a sign almost. So I just thought, this is what I gotta do. I gotta give this guy a car. So went over to his house, just down the street, maybe like 10 houses down. Checked out the car, and it wasn't running. So the car's been sitting for 6 years. Trying to get it running, wasn't going. So went to the auto parts store, ordered some parts. A few days later, come back, get the car up and running. Sounds great, sounds smooth. Runs smooth. So I take the car for a test drive, and the car's like bucking on me, misfiring. So I'm like, okay, well, this ain't right. So work on the car again, change a few parts around, got it running smooth again. Cool. Now one of my final test drives for the car starts doing the misfiring and bucking on me again. Found out that the ground for the ignition coil was not grounded properly to the distributor housing.
Well, what do we do today, Brandon?
Got it running smooth. Hella smooth.
Look at that.
Car was bucking,
Look at that power.
doing all kinds of misfiring before. Well, it's shaking, but it's running smooth.
And don't mind the check engine light, that's unrelated.
And don't mind all the things they're saying that there's problems.
Yeah, we're professionals, we know what we're doing. Oh, look at the beautiful open road. This Toyota was meant for this.
And then now the car is running smooth, time to go get it smogged. The morning before I'm getting it smogged, I'm like, oh man, this thing's like super old, 1990, original parts, original cat. So I was like, oh crap, I gotta make this thing pass. So I put a little E85 in there, take it on a drive for like half an hour. Look how steady this tach is. Look how smooth these gauges are.
Wow. Look at you.
We're traveling at highway speeds.
Look at that.
Cat's nice and hot, car's nice and hot. Throw it on the dyno for the smog place. I'm like crossing my fingers it'll pass. All the techs, they were saying how surprised they were that it passed with flying colors and how quick it passed. They said, this is weird. Original cat, 400,000 miles, and it passes no problem. So then I get the paperwork for the smog, shoot on down to AAA, because it was a Saturday. New tags for registration, slap them on the car. Last thing to do is clean up the car. It was pretty gross. So when we found the car, there was a lot of stuff in there. It's kind of like a little storage unit, if you will. Everything was stained. So my girlfriend and I, like steam cleaning the car, steam cleaning the seats, carpets, everything, wiping down everything, vacuuming. So I get the car looking pretty good inside and out. So now the car is nice and clean, got tags on it. I got the pink slip, ready to be gifted. So the plan was to surprise Ernesto after he got off of work. And on my way to work, the car starts making a knocking noise. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, maybe this is a rod knock, maybe it's a stuck lifter. So decided to keep going. I'm like, okay, well, the car's still running. The knock's not terrible, but it's consistent and it's there. So I made it to work, parked the car, and we're ready and waiting for Ernesto to come up the stairs.
What the f?
I heard you're trying to get your place and stuff, you're saving up for it. You bought your brother a 10R recently, so we got you a little something here.
Sound good.
Are you guys serious? Yeah. Damn, why, guys? Oh my god.
Here, give me a drink. Or put it on the back of the car.
Yeah, put it on my car. That's fine. That's cool. I'll put it on my car.
Put it on the back. It's cool.
Damn. What?
And there's a little reimbursement for you too for taking that little sum out of your deposit to pay for your brother's phone. This is from everybody. So.
Damn. How come you guys are so nice to me?
Aww. Because you're always so nice to us, Nesto.
I love you guys. You guys this is nice.
That's Monica.
So for those of you on FaceTime, I gave him an iPhone 7 and $300.
Damn. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much.
Nesto, come here.
That car is yours. He's like, is this stolen?
He's like, this is too much.
I can't take that.
You're gonna have to.
I can't take that, man.
It's already done.
It's yours.
It's all you, Ernesto.
It's already done.
We put the good in the good in the good life. The good life. The good in the good in the good life. I said the good life. The bad in the past, now we alright. We alright. Yeah. Pour some Clio in the glass.
And after gifting him the car, I told him, hey, there's a knocking noise in this car. I want to make sure the car is all good. So I'm going to bring this car back home, check everything out, make sure it's not going to blow up on you. Driving back home, 15 minutes away from my house, I hear like a small explosion of metal. It was like, you know, something's breaking. At that point I knew it was most definitely rod knock, because the car made like a crazy metal noise, like metal being jumbled around, and the car shut off on me. I knew it was catastrophic damage. So as I'm like coasting from 60 to like 30 miles an hour, I'm trying to get the car started back up. I was thinking, okay, rod knock, probably just one cylinder, so I got 3 more left. And hopefully it doesn't send the rod through the block. So I got the car started back up, like cool. But it was misfiring like crazy because it was only running on 3 cylinders. So I limped the car all the way back to my garage, like 15 miles an hour, barely trying to touch the accelerator. I was like, this thing's gonna blow up in a second. So called the girlfriend, said, hey, open the garage, I need to pull this thing in as soon as I get home, and just shut off the car. The garage door was open, pulled up the driveway, pulled it in, get under the car, drain the oil, and notice that there's a ton of metal shavings in the oil, like it's sparkling. Cool. Motor's dead. More money. Alright. So I texted Ernesto, I said, hey, motor went, blew up on the way back home. And he said that he didn't mind. He was like, you know, just the gesture alone was all I needed. I don't really need the car. Like, it was a great thing you did. I appreciate everyone that helped. I told him, no. I can't just gift you a car, have it blow up on you as soon as I give it to you, and then you have nothing. So I told him, I'm gonna replace the motor for you. So then, the second phase of the operation went into effect. Trying to find a new motor for this car and get it back up and operational. I put the feelers out, I put on Facebook and Instagram, I was like, hey, I'm looking for a 4 AFE motor. Then a few weeks later, my buddy Sam hits me up, says, hey, I found one over at West Coast Dismantlers. They're up in like Lake County, up north. He said, I have a job up there anyways, so I can pick up the motor for you and bring it back and check it out. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna say no. So give him money for the motor, give him some gas money. So had the motor in the back of his truck for a little while. So I told him the plan. I said, hey, my garage isn't big enough to do this swap. So I hit up my buddy Curtis. I was like, hey, can we use your garage to perform this motor swap? And he said, yeah, that's fine. I said, but you can only have the garage for a few days. Yeah, okay, that should be plenty of time. I got 3 days off of work, and it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I had the car towed to Curtis's house. And then my buddy Sam met me over there with the motor.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Click. Want some checks here? Shiny. The whole shop or the tools. So like the jacks and
They're just giving it away for free?
They're donating it to the school. So we're going to pick up a donation.
Packing up a bunch of tools and supplies to get ready for the motor swap on Ernesto's car. Trunk full of goodies. Alright, so here's the new motor. I've already swapped out the thermostat and gasket. Started unplugging a bunch of stuff. That was already cut. Removing old plugs and busted hoses. And now we're going to do the timing belt. The plan is, there's some things missing on this motor. So the plan is to pull the motor of that car, put them next to each other, do the swap, get this motor complete, throw it back in. Curtis is working on the harness right now. Alright, so small problem. In order to get the axles out, I need a 30mm socket, deep socket. That guy right there. Alright, let's see if they have the deep socket 30mm.
There you go.
Cool, thank you, sir.
Have you like?
Alright, take it easy. Deep socket 30mm. Alright, one for Curtis, one for me. There it is. Alright, calling it a night. Pretty close to pulling. Got all the harness unplugged. Just need to like move this sucker back over the motor and then plug that thing out. Still need to drain the transmission, pull the axles, probably take off the AC compressor and leave it hanging in the engine bay because I ain't trying to take off those lines and re-bleed the whole system. And the power steering pump and reservoir are one, so I have to drain that so it doesn't spill everywhere. New motor. You still need parts off the original motor in order to complete this guy. Getting there. Good?
Yep.
Going back up.
Yeah. These ones too, they're long extension. Good call. There we go.
Almost ready to be pulled. But first, lunch. Our fancy lunch. Number 9.
Break the fuse box and hold the floor.
That's all right.
We did it.
Good, dude. Hell yeah. Alright, get a picture of this thing. Watch it just drop on the car.
I'm watching it.
Watch my back. Heard he got whacked. The back don't back.
Okay. Ready to move? Oh shit. Watch your flashlight and stuff too. I gotta get the transmission off this thing too. Watch
So that one is not gonna fall? Bingo. This out.
But upon taking the old motor out and taking parts off of it, just noticed a few more problems, so I had to go to the store and get more parts. One of the biggest ones was the clutch. So they were reusing the same pressure plate over and over, and the fins on the pressure plate were like ground in from the throwout bearing. I couldn't put that back in, so I was like, hey, this is what's going on, you're getting a new clutch. And that clutch was hard to find too. I don't know how many stores, but only one store had it. They clipped it for them. Tell. Alright, another little problem. Alternator is sitting kind of crooked, so Curtis is working on flattening the, what you call it, the flange out a little bit. New motor is assembled. Got the transmission back on, got the new clutch in, all the fun stuff in there. Timing belt set, accessory belts on. Here we go, time to go back in.
You know, so much water from being in the rain. What is it? Is that clear? This is the front end, drop it all the way. So we gotta hook the transmission. That's why we're putting pressure on it.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
there we go.
cool.
There we go.
Oh, that's better.
Go ahead, pump it up again. New motor, trans, clutch, all the accessories is in. Hopefully get it started tonight.
Hopefully.
It will. And it's running. Probably burning off some oil, that's alright. But it is going. Alrighty. Move this thing back in the driveway and bleed the cooling system.
I think what he thought the tick was injectors.
Oh yeah.
Sorry about that.
So we got the car running, but it wasn't running very smooth. It was like kind of very choppy. Turns out the throttle position sensor was no good. Thanks to this guy over here, his idea. And then, and then this one over here said, "Oh, let's check the spark plugs too." This spark plug is like flat. The ground is like completely on the electrode, so it's basically running on 3 cylinders, sort of. Look at that nick. Look at it. It hit the spark plug. That's the one with rod knock, probably. This is the bad motor. Now we got 4 good spark plugs in there, and it's running smooth. It's good now.
Wait, no.
Just aligning the hood right now.
Your way? Yeah, I fucking clipped it.
How does it feel, Brandon Lee?
Feels pretty good. Nice and smooth. Look at this idle. This idle's like perfectly 800.
Wow.
Steady.
That is. Look at that.
It's good. And it sounds pretty good too.
Who would have thought? I mean, I knew. Oh my god,
Sounds pretty
Brandon.
damn good.
Oh, yay. Look at that.
How's it feel, sir? Title is signed. It is I'm not going to record the title because that's very private information.
Yes, please.
We'll record the back. There we are.
I can't believe it, man. I thought you were gonna be like, ah, that's too much work.
Well, I did say that. I was like, yeah, it is more work. Want to give him the keys?
A lot of photocopies.
I told you I'm gonna visit you every day now.
I don't know about every day.
Brandon, oh my god, dude. I've been wondering why would anyone do this for me, you know? Like, dude, why would you do this? Damn, dude.
But hop in and start it up. Actually hear what a proper motor sounds like rather than a rod knocking.
Well, you're crazy, dog. Oh my god. You're insane. Oh, I love you, man. You're crazy. It smells so nice.
Remember how to drive a stick?
Doesn't that sound so good?
Yes, dude! Oh my god, dude.
Pop the hood. See the new motor. So this motor is out of a 92 Toyota Celica. Far left side.
Holy shit.
There it is.
Dude, look how beautiful it looks.
So I still got the
This
tags
is
on there from
beautiful.
when I took the wire harness off and stuff.
And you did
Just-
all of this, man.
Well, Stephanie did too, Curtis did too. My buddy Sam helped out.
You guys are geniuses. Are these cool to have in here?
Yeah, it's fine.
Is that
You can take it off too. I mean, they were just for like my reference, so I remember where they went.
hella organized, man?
Yeah, so yeah, new clutch,
Sounds
new.
hella.
Right?
This is how it should have sounded the first time.
Yeah.
No,
Rather than
I don't know
knocking.
nothing.
Yep. And it's hot.
Damn, dude. You fixed it. You really did fix it.
Yeah. That's an understatement, but yeah.
Doesn't it look so sexy? It looks like a poor man's Ferrari or something. I feel like a rich man now, man. I got like a great friend, dude. Yo, dude, thank you so much. There's nothing I can't thank you enough, man. Thank you so much, Stephanie. You too. Oh my god. Oh. I love that you were working on it too. I was seeing the videos every day. And I was like, this girl.
Just different outfit.
He's got Stephanie in the back with the gloves, wrenching, racking it up.
All right, sir.
Bye, guys.